Sometime you can go down a path that leads you down a rabbit hole. This is that rabbit hole for me, you guys, and it's all by way of the last Punch Out reaction video I did where I was reacting to Boss Clips' video titled ranking every Punch Out Wii boxer by their hotness. If you haven't seen that, I'll leave a card on the screen right now so you can go and check that out. Anyways, here we are once again with a similar video by a different content creator. Their name is Average Boi. Their video is titled ranking every Punch Out boxer by attractiveness. So yeah, I don't know how this is gonna go, but I didn't know how the last one was gonna go, but we do this for entertainment purposes. So hopefully this will be fun just like the last. I'll be sure to put a link to their channel in the description box down below so you guys can go and check them out if you enjoyed this video by them. Maybe you'll like other content they made as well. Hi, my name is Spark. I want to welcome you to Spark Rewinds. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get this thing started.
Nothing I love more than watching two sweaty guys going at it.
Huh?
In the ring!
Huh? Okay.
Punch Out! The game where an underdog fights his way from the minor leagues to the world champ, with a whole bunch of fun and varied opponents to face. They're from all around the world and they're bringing their personalities with them. You've got your scaredy cat Frenchman, you've got your drunk Russian guy, all the stereotypes are here. But have you ever stopped and thought to yourself, this guy's really funny, but could I make a long-lasting relationship with him? No?
No.
Haha, me neither.
No.
Haha. That's why today I'm ranking all of them by how good a partner I think they are. Not just general looks. We're not going to be shallow here, but also how they act, how they're portrayed in the opening cutscene, their general demeanor, all that fun jazz. That does limit this list to only the boxers you can fight against in the Wii version of Punch-Out though. But with 13 boxers to choose from, this list is going to get interesting fast. And I know what some of you guys are thinking. Average. Are you stealing a Punch-Out ranking video idea from YouTuber Bumbles McFumbles? No! I'm stealing two video ideas from Bumbles McFumbles. Few things before the video begins.
Gotta respect the honesty.
One, this video is going to be incredibly biased. Of course it is. I'm talking about how attractive I think fictional boxers are. You might be shallow and focus on just their looks, and you might not find the same things I.
Okay, so he did kind of call me out in particular because I'm talking about these guys' looks. You know, I'm like, bruh, come on. None of these guys are attractive. None of them. But if we're going to remove that from the equation and we're going to talk about personality types and things, well, I still don't find them. No, it's just, I can roll with that, you know? That's a little more reasonable.
Find attractive. That's okay. Jerk. This is just to give you an idea of me, but I don't care for looks. Someone can be very good looking, but if they're a jerk, that's a no-go from me. That's not to say they don't matter, but keep that in mind when I put your favorite boxer down below because they have a terrible personality. I'm sorry in advance, you already know exactly who I'm talking about. Number 2, language barriers are not going to be a factor whatsoever. I don't speak any Hindi, but there's probably something good about Great Tiger. 3, the final one, there are going to be 2 major characters missing from this list. I will not include Little Mac because he is 17, and I will not include Donkey Kong as he is a gorilla animal and thus cannot consent. Wow, I'm stealing jokes too. Now that I'm done listing prerequisites, let's jump right in. Alright, let's get this part out of the way. The boxer from Punch-Out I think would be the worst partner, without a doubt, number 14, Aaron Ryan, hailing from Dublin, Ireland.
Yes, absolutely. Horrible partner for so many reasons. We all know this. And then he hurt. Look at that face, bro. Even though, you know, we ain't talking about looks, but look at this man, bro. Look at him. But let's hear what Average Boi has to say.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I think Aaron Ryan is a serial killer. I think if you asked Aaron Ryan what he wanted for dinner, he'd say something very uncomfortable then lick his lips. I think he'd walk up to you and say, hey, can I say something controversial? And you'd be like, oh yeah, sure. Thinking it's like something innocent, like pineapple on pizza is not that bad. And then he talks about how his most undesirable fetishes should be more mainstream, and it's just, why would you tell me that? Just like that, out of the blue, no warning. Frankly, I think he'd say that if you weren't dating. He just gives off all the wrong vibes.
He does.
It takes a lot for me to just look at someone and get uncomfortable. Aaron Ryan does that. Oh, and here's something. You know what he does in a boxing match televised to the world? Cheat! You know what he'd probably do in a relationship? He'd probably cheat.
Cheeseburgers!
Aaron Ryan as a whole just has an awful, awful personality. And also his haircut is kind of stupid. Number 13.
Who we got at 13?
Soda Popinski, hailing from Moscow, Russia. So, let's get the positives out of the way with Soda here. He won't try to kill you. That's better than Aaron Ryan.
Yep.
Now that we're done with the positives, let's move into the big negative. The thing that knocks him down this
What is
low
it?
by itself. Soda Popinski is a heavy addict, going
Yes.
so far as to travel in icy Russian snow in nothing but a coat.
This man is addicted to the juice, y'all. Like, I'm talking Bane levels. Bane levels. Like, he is on that juice hard.
Underwear for a bottle of Coke. When he drinks, he says, "No, babe, seriously, I feel so much better after drinking it." And that's no good. He's definitely not improving his routine by drinking so much.
No.
But you better let him drink anyway, because if he doesn't get his bottle, he'll get very angry and very violent. And he'll take it out on anyone nearby. And he's probably still buzzed from the last time he drank, so he won't be able to discern you from any other schmuck. And I don't know if I can do this anymore, Soda. This isn't the real you. That stuff is changing you for the worse. Also, he kind of looks like Robotnik. Number 12.
Yo, I never noticed that. Oh my God. Go back. We gotta go back.
Also, he kind of looks like Robotnik.
I can't unsee it. I cannot unsee this. Wow. Wow.
Number 12. Bear Hugger, hailing from Salmon Arm, Canada. So, there are quite a few things wrong with Bear Hugger when attempting to date him, but also just in general. First, the man is 400 pounds. He eats exclusively maple syrup and bacon and eggs every day, all day, for 3 meals a day. I don't know if I have time to figure out if there's a nice personality outside the ring, because he could have a heart attack. Second, he likes raw fish. I don't.
You know, the man is on a whole nother level with obesity to the point where, yeah, he could just pretty much drop dead at any time. So if you want to run that risk, you know, go for it.
If that means how they taste, or if he just generally likes hanging out with fish. But what I do know is that fish stink. By proxy, Bear Hugger probably smells like raw fish, and it's kind of hard to get romantical while you're holding your nose shut to avoid the stench. Thirdly, the man puts wild animals where they don't belong. Giant bear? That's his coach. Squirrel he found in the wilderness? That goes right under his hat. There's probably an animal in his beard somewhere. Or what if you're trying to go to sleep and there's a moose in bed? And a caribou.
Probably a lost animal in his beard.
Number 11, Bald Bull, hailing from Istanbul, Turkey. So you know how I put Soda lower on the list because he gets violent without a sippy cup? Bald Bull's just violent no matter what.
Just
sure,
in general.
He can calm down sometimes, but if he's beating up the referee when he wins, then you're not faring at him much better when you're making him angry. I mean, you can technically calm him down, but I don't think a relationship should include punching someone in the belly. Who knows? Maybe you're the one to break through that tough exterior and reveal the teddy bear inside, but I don't think it's worth throwing my own...
I wouldn't be willing to try. Like, nah, if I gotta do that, bro, no, that's a hard pass.
Life in the way for that. That's just far too intimidating for me. Number 10. I am so sorry. I know a lot of you are so mad at this, but number 10 is Super Macho Man.
He's a narcissist.
From Hollywood, California. I know a lot of you like Super Macho Man. I understand why. He's got great hair, he's got tan skin, he's got a deep voice, he's got a nice butt. He definitely looks good. And in his intro cutscene, we can see that Super Macho Man treats the people he's with well, spending lots of money on him. But notice what I just said. The people he's with. The people
He's with
not
multiple.
person. Macho here is usually seen with multiple women at a time, since he's a big celebrity and can get any girl he wants or something. Meaning, if you try to go out with him, you're kinda just another face to Macho. And some of you might be willing to put up with that just to get a little bit of time with
You're
Macho.
nothing
but
special.
I could never stand the idea of being someone's second pick in a relationship.
You're not special with Macho. Macho has options. So, you're just lucky he's spending time with you. Do you really want to be that? No, you don't.
Or fifth pick, number 9, King Hippo. Okay, I can explain. I can explain. I already said I probably made a lot of people angry since I put Super Macho Man so low.
I
know that even more of you are upset that King Hippo's not only above him, but this high at all.
That's what I was about to say.
Look at him. He doesn't have a nose. He can't speak. His intro cutscene shows he's just kind of stupid. No one really knows what he's like, except maybe lazy and likes food. He should be at the bottom of the list, right?
Should be.
There is something that shows
I want
a
to hear
different
this.
side to King Hippo. Something that I actually really like.
What is it?
Some of you might not even know this exists. Before the video game released, there were live action commercials for Punch-Out. They featured what some of the boxers did in their time off screen. For example, Piston Hondo tried running a restaurant, and Great Tiger's trying his hand at rapping.
Send word to my mother. I'm in jail.
King
We might
Hippo's
have to watch
very
that.
different from the game here. He speaks full English. He's trying his hardest at being an entrepreneur, running a business. It's pretty admirable. That whole not speaking thing that he does in game, that's showmanship. That's just an act to hype up the crowd. He's actually a pretty chill guy out of the ring. But with that said, it's King Hippo.
We got to react to that, y'all. That's the next Punch-Out reaction video. We're going to react to that live commercial or whatever it is where you get to know the fighters. It's coming. But yeah, back to this.
Look at him.
Hey, Hippo, you blender sucks!
Number 8, Von Kaiser, hailing from... You know what I just realized? I did not write where King Hippo comes from. Well, no one really knows.
No
I'm
one
gonna
knows.
say Banana Isle, I don't know. Positives. Positives for Von Kaiser. His lows aren't as low as the other boxers. That's pretty good. He's physically fit. Some people like that. He doesn't really have a lot bad, to be honest. I don't think he'd be violent against you or cheat on you or anything like that. The bar's pretty low. I think
What's
my
the
main problem with Von Kaiser is that he loses to children. Normally, that isn't that bad on its own.
Maybe
Plenty.
he's like giving the kids a win. Maybe he's not really losing. He's just playing like he lost to them to make them feel good. We got to give him something, y'all. But I don't know. When you look at this and you see that punch to the gut, it looked like it hurt him. It looks like it hurt.
Of adults lose to children anyway. No, it's the fact that he's got his flapper open before the kid takes a swing in his opening cutscene. That makes me think he talks big. Like he goes on and on about how he's so tough and how he can take on anybody, yada yada yada.
And then he loses.
Guys who talk big game and then can't even begin to back that up grind my gears. Like I said earlier, it's not bad, definitely not as bad as the others, but just so annoying. Number 7, Mr. Sandman, hailing from California, somewhere there.
Mr. Sandman.
Has probably the most going for him compared to most of the other boxers. He's much less cartoony, much more tough and gruff. His intro cutscene establishes he beats all the other boxers without breaking a sweat. He's a tough man.
He's the champ.
Pretty good looking. He's got a deep voice. So why is he so low? It's that stupid phase he gets into when he loses to Little Mac. When he hears that there's a chance to refight Little Mac, Sandy starts to lose it, going crazy at just the sight of Little Mac. Going so far as to tear down a building just because on the side it had an ad for Little Mac's title defense.
That's showing a side to himself that you don't want to see if you push that right button. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to deal with somebody that you can trigger to that extent. He destroyed a building. If he gets mad enough at you, who's to say what he won't do to your face? So, no.
Some people might like that he turns into this weird, wild man. Maybe they think, hey, I could be his rock. I could help him. I don't like that. I think that's weird. Plus, I don't like the haircut he gets when he wants to rematch. Number 6, Great Tiger, hailing from Bombay, India. Viewer,
he's kind of
I'd like to
high.
ask you something. Please name me something attractive about Great Tiger.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm waiting.
It took more than a few seconds. I don't know what to say about Great Tiger Man. He's not bad, but he's not really good either. He's just kind of there. Some people might like that, like, oh,
Just
he's so
there.
mysterious and I want to date him so I can peel away the layers, but not me, man.
Maybe there's
no
nothing
layers.
more.
He's just boring. Like, what's he got going?
He just said it. I'm like, maybe there's nothing there. And he said, he's like, there are no layers. He's just boring, right? There is nothing to this guy. Aside from his cheap parlor trick where he teleports.
For him, he's physically fit, I guess. That's a good. He's got magic powers. He uses them to fight, but maybe he could use them for something else. But like, I don't know, man. I'm just gonna move on. It's just, nah. Number 5, Piston Hondo.
He's
hailing
high
from
too.
Tokyo, Japan.
Yo,
Piston
you know
Hondo's
what?
A fierce fighter.
Hey, hold up now. I'm getting these vibes that this is going to play out like Boss Clips' video where you know who is number 1. If Glass Joe is number 1, bro, I won't do anything. I was going to say I'll do something, but I won't because I'm not going to make a fool of myself on recording. Like, no, but I will be livid. I'll be aside myself from that. Like, why? How?
Training intensely before a match starts. He's pretty dedicated, and that's very admirable. He's also very intellectual, reading proverbs and meditating in the
I thought it was
in-between
Sailor
rounds.
Moon.
And one last thing to consider, he understands to take a break and relax every once in a while from his training. He knows how to make time for what matters. He's connected to nature. And on top of everything I've already listed, he's pretty good looking too. There is something a little weird I get from Piston Hondo's vibes though. Not bad, just different. And that's that I don't think he really wants a relationship right now. He looks pretty happy. Look at him. Training and reading, I think he's fine. If you asked him out on a date, I think he'd just respectfully decline. And more power to Honda for realizing that that's not what he wants at the time. Like, you know, it's not that that's bad, it's just, man, I thought you were attractive, dude. Would you look at that? 2/3 through all the boxers and we finally found someone decent. Number 4, Don Flamenco, hailing
He's
from
higher.
Madrid, Spain. Don Flamenco has one easy
No, I
thing
think he was
that makes
3
him a
on
high-tier
bosses.
lover in this game. His heart belongs to one. He has a multitude of girls practically throwing themselves at him because he's good looking? Probably famous. Because he's famous, and he chooses to give his prized rose to the one and only Carmen. He is a lover, and he's a fighter.
And we don't know where Carmen is. We don't know where she is in the world. But she's out there, and he is devoted, y'all. He's devoted.
Unfortunately for Don, Carmen was shallow and only liked him for his fame. When Little Mac beats Don, Carmen chooses to break up with poor Don, and Don chooses to fight and get stronger. He mourns the loss of her, but he hopes that he can win her back. That is an extremely toxic relationship, but I want him to succeed because he's trying so hard. I don't even care if he's secretly balding. He deserves the world. Number 3, Glass Joe, hailing from Paris, France.
Relief.
Honestly, a lot of my friends would probably put Glass Joe at the top spot. Despite losing 99 matches in a row, Joe's a good-looking man. He's in shape and he takes care of his looks, and especially that little lock of hair thing, the swoop. He also looks like he enjoys where he's coming from. He enjoys the architecture and food Paris has to offer, and he takes great pride in being in France. He's very patriotic. Honestly, I don't think Glass Joe even likes fighting that much. I think he's a doormat. I think boxing is just a...
That would be why he lost so much. He doesn't really enjoy it. There is no real passion in the man. He's just doing it.
Way for him to pay the bills. Glass Joe is a respectable choice. Like if this was tiered and not ranked, A tier, easy. He's got plenty to like. The only reason he's not number 2 or 1 is because he's just not my cup of tea.
Well played.
Number 2, Disco Kid, hailing from Brooklyn, New York.
Disco up
Disco
there.
Kid and Glass Joe are actually a little similar in my opinion. They both like where they're from, they both like what they're doing, they're both not great boxers, but Disco Kid has that extra spice, you know? Disco Kid loves dancing, he loves the music, he loves the beat, he is
telegraphing
full
his
of
punches.
Spirit and fire. He's got the moves, he's got the spirit. He probably would rock anybody's world. Not to mention, he has a great house and a cool car and a bunch of shiny trophies. Like, don't get me wrong, material possessions are not that big a deal, but like, whew, you know what I'm saying? And when you beat Disco Kid the first time, he doesn't go into a depressive state or a really angry state and focus on Little Mac. No, he finds a new medium, bounces back on his feet, and is ready to take on the world again. And Disco Kid would be my number one. Actually, he is my number one in Punch-Out for the Wii. But there is something else to consider. Number one, the boxer from Punch-Out that I think would make the best partner is Doc Lewis, Little Mac's coach. So, not in the Punch-Out game for the Wii. Not the one you can play right now. But
you know what? I think I'm okay with Doc being at the top, y'all. I think I'm all right with this. You know, it's better than Glass Joe.
There was a separate game that was launched with the closure of Club Nintendo in 2009. Doc Lewis's Punch-Out. Think of it like a demo, except it came out after the game. It was free, and you could fight Doc Lewis. It was just Little Mac training against him, meaning he counts, baby! And being one of the two main characters, Doc Lewis gets a lot more screen time and a lot more time to make a better impression on the audience.
Than all the other fighters.
This was kind of rigged from the start. I mean, do you see the way he cares for Little Mac? If he cares that much for his protege, imagine how much he must respect a partner. Not to mention he's funny, he gives genuinely good advice. He's funny. Look, man, the bar was so low. I think Doc Lewis is great. If I were into 50-year-old men, maybe I would find something. Also, he's fictional. I think that's something important. And there we go. That's the top 4.
Hey, they always say, look, or shall I say, I've always heard this. If you don't got looks, you need to be funny. That'll get you far. So, yeah. You know, that'll be my advice.
Team boxers in Punch-Out, I think, would be the best romantical partners. This was stupid. I'm so sorry, everyone who subscribed for my Pizza Tower video. I'm certain this was what everyone was hoping for. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
All right, that does it. I think this was something special, y'all. It was fun. It was definitely fun. I disagree with some of those rankings. I always do. But the way he broke this down, I'll give Average Boi his credit. He did something that was different. It wasn't based on looks. It was based on personality. You know, so that made this a little different than the previous reaction video where what Boss Clips did, where I think that one focused a little bit on personality, but I think it had a little bit more to do with looks than this one did. But did you all enjoy it? I thought it was fun. But yes, if you guys enjoyed this, definitely like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already done that. And that's it. That's all she wrote. I will see y'all on the next video. Until next time, peace.